behind the lines. In 3, 2, 1, go!
As this match begins, we've got two robots who started the match right underneath their trench. That's Leviathans in red and Cyberhawks in blue. Both of them race out to the neutral zone. It does look like we do have an A-stop over on the red side of things coming out of Leviathans as they try to cross back over the bump. 12:59 Paradigm Shift also pauses on their bump, but plenty of fuel going on up. Just a 1-point advantage in favor of the Red Alliance. So they're going to get the first inactive shift. Their hub powering down now as we go to the first active shift over on blue. They've got 25 seconds to score what they can. Massive hopper coming home from Paradigm Shift, while Cyberhawks, they toss fuel over to their alliance partner, trying to let Paradigm pick up a little bit more quickly instead of having to cycle back from that neutral zone. Cyberhawks up with a hopper full of their own, while player one crosses back over the bump for the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance hub shut down. 9:30 is home for red. Mukwonago Bears, a full hopper up and in, at least 15-20 fuel going up. Leviathans and their partner Cheese Curd Herd, both closer to the scoring table, playing out near that depot, getting their fuel up into the active hub for the Red Alliance. Red Alliance looking to catch up in their first active shift. They've got 3 seconds left and now a 20-point lead over the Blue Alliance, but Blue Alliance is back on active. 12:59 from Pewaukee. They are launching out of their corner near the depot, while 706 Cyberhawks work from out in front of the human players on the Blue Alliance. 706 can launch on the move. They intake and their turret, seeking the April tags on that blue hub, trying to score while they intake. Extremely effective for the Blue Alliance. They are back in the lead, and the Red Alliance is back on active. They've got a 60-point gap to cover. First trying to make it happen is Mukwonago Bears. Cheese Curd Herd right next to them, and now more launches from Leviathans. All 3 red robots at home, and all 3 red robots with hoppers filled on up. And 10 seconds left on their last solo shift before our end game. 3 seconds to end game. Our robots are neck and neck. Slight advantage red while both hubs go active. Paradigm Shift is ready, and so is Cyberhawks. Taking a look at player one. Player one right in front of a Red Alliance trench. It looks like they might be shutting down one of those lanes of motion for the Red Alliance. 8744 Leviathans back in neutral zone, but not a lot of time left for them to come home and get rid of those fuel. Under 10 seconds now. Advantage blue, but red is still scoring. 9:30 in the neutral zone, hung up on a little bit of fuel as time.
We're ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
First robots going neutral, 9:30 on red alongside their alliance partner Ferrodermis. Across the field, blue Steampunk. They're the first robot out to the neutral zone. Steampunk has a hopper full of fuel they're going to bring on back. They've had their 8 preload plus a few extra from out in the middle of the field. Fuel launched up by robot and human player alike. As time runs out, it is looking like a Red Alliance advantage. So they will have the advantage of the first shift inactive. But first 10 seconds for a flurry of fuel from Ferrodermis and Mukwonago, while Blackhawk Robotics races out neutral, and they're going to start their intaking, preparing for the inactive shift for the Red Alliance. Blue's active now. Illumibody crossing over that Blue Alliance bump, but first they're going to take advantage of some fuel buildup along the side of our field and plow that fuel underneath the Blue Alliance trench. Passing through that trench now, though, is Blackhawk Robotics, looking to maybe play some defense against the Blue Alliance, but red is now active. Illumibody tries to slow down Blackhawk, but they are racing on back to the Red Alliance zone, and more fuel up from Ferrodermis and Mukwonago alike. Mukwonago intakes and launches on the move. They've got a turret right in the center of the top of their robot, looking like it's able to launch from anywhere on that Red Alliance side. Blue's preparing for their next shift beginning now, and they're going to get lined up, ready to launch. Steampunk right alongside Trobotics. Those 2 blue robots launching up for the blue side with their fuel. Red now inactive. Ferrodermis picking up from right next to the Blue Alliance bump and hub, trying to slow down any additional cycle that blue is going to attempt to do while active. Moving out to the center is Trobotics, but not a lot of fuel for them to find. While they lose their active shift, it passes back over to the red side. Final Alliance shift before we head into our end game. And once again, again, the cooperation between Ferrodermis Blackhawk and Mukwonago stretching that Red Alliance lead. They've scored 226 fuel so far. Just a few moments until our end game. Both hubs will be active, giving the Blue Alliance a chance to approach that energized ranking point. While Red has stretched the lead, the Blue Alliance needs just 14 more fuel, and they are going to get it for the Blue Alliance. They're going to get that energized ranking point now, despite being down in score and RP, no matter what, for this match with 15 seconds left. Both alliances looking to get those last fuel up. The supercharged ranking point just out of reach for the Red Alliance. As we enter the final moments, though, all 6 bots showing what they can do. Here,
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 17. Robot fans on the Red Alliance, there is a flurry of fuel going into that active hub from 930 over there with that turret shooter. On the Blue Alliance, there's also a flurry of fuel flying in. There is fuel flying in from 5826 Avis Autonoma. Now on to the transition period here. It looks like Red is going to get the active hub first. From Cheese Curd Herd, 171, shooting that fuel into that active hub there. Now it is on to Red Alliance's turn. It looked like 930 there was shooting some balls in. Very successful shots there. They are coming back and they are loaded. They are locked and loaded, and they're going to start firing here with that turret. Very, very successful shots there. Looks like 11-158 Superior Robotics trying to get under the trench here, but there is some fuel in the way. Now, come over with me to the Blue Alliance. Looks like 5826 Avis Autonoma shooting some fuel into that hub. Same for Cheese Curd Herd, 171. 1716 gathering some fuel and starting to shoot into that active hub. That is Redbird Robotics. Now onto the Red Alliance's side over here. 8700 Wired shooting a bunch of fuel into that hub. Same for 930. 930 surfing across some balls there, getting ready and locking and loading into that hub. And qualification match 17. Red is ahead, but it is a very tight match here in qualification match 17. Now onto the Blue Alliance's side to start shooting. It is 171 again. Cheese Curd Herd firing more balls into that hub. 1716 also firing balls into that hub also. They have regained the lead, trying to make the gap farther in qualification match 17. 30 seconds left here. It is our end game period. 8700 just scoring more balls into that active hub. The fuel is flying on the red side. 930 is also shooting into that hub. It is a very close match here in qualification match 17. Both sides throwing fuel in. 930 on the Red Alliance, shooting more fuel. 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go!
Robots on the move, RTR and Paradigm both out middle on that neutral zone. RTR gets a little bit beached. 930 also a little bit off center. Plenty of fuel pouring on in, and a level 1 by the Red Alliance. The Aeronauts looking for 15 points in auto. 3 seconds remaining in autonomous. Red Alliance advantage 54-11. Drivers in control now for the remainder of the match. Mukwonago Bears, a little bit rough start in autonomous. They're looking to take it back, though. They'll have the first active shift for the Blue Alliance alongside RTR and Team Tobor. Those 3 blue robots now on offense, but Red is not going to let them have it easy. 40-54, the Aeronauts coming off of that level 1 hang on the tower. Come over, give a nudge to a Blue Alliance robot, but they get a little bit beached. Paradigm, their alliance partner, gives them a big nudge, and now Aeronauts back on their wheels as we wrap up the first offensive shift for the Blue Alliance. They still trail and right away ready. Paradigm shift, they want to hang on to that number 1 spot, but Mukwonago, 930, right in front of Paradigm, chasing them down. Paradigm misses a few launches, but it looks like they keep that offensive pressure on. Mukwonago is far from home. Really difficult for that 930 robot to stay on its wheels and know where it is, down on the Red Alliance zone. And now we are back on a Blue Alliance active shift. Mukwonago still very far from home. We'll see if they're going to hang out far away or if they'll be able to get their turret back in action, back on the blue side of the field. But Pewaukee's paradigm shift, they are keeping the offensive power of that 6th ranked 930 stuck in the neutral zone, while RTR and Tobor are doing it on their own for the Blue Alliance in the hub. Red hub active now, 23 seconds remaining in their active shift. Red is in the lead, but not by much. In our endgame, both hubs will be active. RTR trying to get as much fuel as they can over to the Blue Alliance zone. Red's gonna have 2 shifts in series. They've still got a little bit left in their current one. Fuel being picked up by RTR right from underneath the Red Alliance hub. Already on the move in endgame, we've got a Robot 4054, the Aeronauts. They are up, it looks like a level 2 hang on that tower. That'll be worth 20 points at the end of the match if they stay put. 15 seconds left though. That's gonna take a hit to the Red Alliance offense, and Blue is gonna try to get it back. They trail only by about 20 points with 10 seconds left. RTR and Team Tobor, they try to get the fuel they need up. Mukwonago still far away.
To get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 29. We have 3 robots in the middle collecting fuel. On the red side, it hosts the number 5th ranked team, 4021 Ignition. Ferrodermis of the red side comes back with a full load of balls, ready to be shot. Over here on the blue side, 930 with a load of fuel. They are throwing that fuel into that hub, and they're going to get the first hub coming out of Autonomous here. 4021 is beached on some fuel over there, and they just got off, thankfully for them. Over here on the Blue Alliance side, 6166 Thor Robotics throwing in those fuel. Same for 930 at the same time. It is a very close match here. Now onto the Red Alliance side, 706 Cyberhawks throwing fuel into that hub very well. Same for 4021 and Ferrodermis at the same time, pelting that hub with fuel. But the Blue Alliance has a response to that Red Alliance, throwing all those fuel in. They sent defense over. Now on the Blue Alliance side, Mukwonago Bears from Mukwonago, Wisconsin. They are just volleying fuel into that hub. Same for the team out of Holman, Thor Robotics. A blue robot at the middle of the field, Robo Riot, playing some defense on that Red Alliance. It is a tight match here in qualification match 29. It is raining fuel here. Oh my goodness. Ferrodermis letting it fly. Same for the Cyberhawk 706. Luther 4021 Ignition. They want to stay ranked up in the top 5. Now the hubs are active on both sides here with 30 seconds left. Blue, they want to come back here, and red wants to get that supercharged RP. Mukwonago Bears 930 trying to get that fuel out of their hopper. 706 Cyberhawks still firing that fuel into that hub. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Robot fans, looks like we're ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Robots get rolling here in match number 33. Out to the neutral zone first and making a big old mess is Penn Robotics Black Knights. They get a full hopper and they push well over half of that fuel over to the blue side of the field. That's going to be huge for them, especially because it looks like the Red Alliance might outpace them here in Autonomous. So blue will have that first on shift after this 10-second transition, but luckily tons of fuel has been brought right on over to the blue side in front of those blue bumps. But it is a little bit precarious and dangerous to cross. We have Team Tobor making their way on over. They see all of that fuel in front of the Blue Alliance hub and bump, but they do get hung up on it as they cross. Luckily, they're able to get back on their wheels and push so much of that fuel back over to their friends Bond Brigade and Penn Robotics Black Knights, who have the first active shift for the Blue Alliance. They're still trailing 5 seconds left in their first offensive shift. Back over on the red side of things, though, getting launching already is Team 930 Mukwonago Bears. They get launching right before that light turns on, making sure they are maximizing all of the time they are going to have on shift here in their first active shift for the Red Alliance. Mukwonago cleans up the depot, seeing that fuel right in front of the drive team of their alliance partners, while RoboCats and their partners Storm cycle from the neutral zone. Time runs out on red. They've got a healthy lead, though. Back in action is the Blue Alliance. All three of those blue robots look like they are hanging out at home. They have plenty of fuel still on their side of the field. None of it in the air quite yet. We see a shift in strategy from the Blue Alliance. 135, Penn Robotics Black Knights. They push some fuel toward the human players in the outpost zone. That fuel, as it comes on in, tossed by the human players. Still worth 1 point apiece as it enters that blue active hub. Under 1 minute remaining now. Red is on their last Alliance shift, and they are ready. Storm for the Red Alliance. They had a full hopper lined up, ready to roll, and now Mukwonago 930 spindexing up into their turret from the center of their robot. That robot seeking the location of that hub from anywhere on their side of the field. Endgame underway. Both hubs are active. Red Alliance leads by about 100 points, but the Blue Alliance has the energized RP in their grasp. Team Tobor trying to get the 10 fuel that the Blue Alliance is going to need. 15 seconds to do it. They are going to make it happen for the Blue Alliance. 100 fuel and energized for Blue here as we enter the final 10 seconds of this match. Red Alliance has all three robots looking for the final scoring opportunity as time runs out in match 33.
Lines, match number 40 in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are off for qualification match 40 on the Red Alliance. Fuel flying into that hub. Leviathans currently ranked 6, shooting fuel into that hub. On the blue side, human players throwing fuel into that hub. It looks like 930, unfortunately, stuck on some fuel and the bump. Coming out of Autonomous, it looks like Red is barely ahead. It is neck and neck coming out of Autonomous. On the red side, Storm throwing fuel into that hub that they are about to lose activeness to. On the blue side, 930 trying to shoot fuel into that active hub of theirs. They want to take advantage of the time that they have. In the middle of the field, we had 5 robots all collecting fuel, getting ready. 8744 on the Red Alliance side. They were getting ready. They're getting ready for their active hub that is coming up very shortly, which is actually right now. Storm and Leviathans piling that fuel on into that hub. Same for 5903. Thor bots. 1716 Redbird Robotics, though. They do not want them to keep scoring on that Red Alliance, playing some tough defense. Still, a lot of fuel flying into that hub. Now it is Blue Alliance's turn. They have a large deficit to come back from, though. 8744 going to that blue side, stealing some fuel. It looks like 930 is unfortunately standstill. They might have a problem. We have 5 robots at the midfield collecting fuel. Now it is Red Alliance's turn at an active hub. There is fuel flooding that hub as of right now. Leviathan still shooting into that hub. Same for the human players. Storm collecting fuel against that Alliance wall. 5903 is going to start throwing up some shots here soon too. 1716 trying to send defense over to that red side. 30 seconds left in this match. Both hubs active. Red with a pretty sizable lead as of right now. 5903 going up for the climb, and they complete it. A level 2 climb out of Thor Bots. Still on the Red Alliance, shooting fuel into that active hub, coming to the end of the match. 2-1.
Drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
First robots out to the neutral zone are red. 2 blue robots follow behind them. It looks like they're all going to get the fuel that they are looking for. More going up at the moment on the red side of the field. It looks like an A stop from 930 is going to keep them out in the neutral zone. But Avis Automata is going to go back for more. They get hung up right in front of their own trench and also go for an A stop to keep those robots safe. Red Alliance leads, but only by 3. That does mean they're going to get a break, though, after the transition shift. A few launches go home for the Red Alliance, but no one able to go up into the hub to capitalize on those 10 seconds. And now here comes the opportunity for the Blue Alliance to get ahead here nice and early in this match. Mukwonago 930. Turret rotates up top, agitating the fuel up toward their launcher. A stream unfurls out of the top of that robot from Mukwonago. Tons of hopper capacity, but we do see them renegotiating the position of their intake to help more seamlessly get that fuel flowing all the way up to their launch mechanism. 30-point lead for the Blue Alliance. Red's in action now, though. Team Tobor alongside Thor Robotics and Steampunk, all 3 red robots working together right in front of their own drive teams, making it nice and easy for these robots to see and take aim at the active Red Alliance hub. 3 seconds left in their active shift. They are out of fuel, so they're going to race on back to the neutral zone, and it is now Blue's turn. 930 gets some good positioning with their fuel streaming out nice and quick here. Gearbox Heroes, their partners, 2 fuel at a time, rolling on up and into the Blue hub. Avis Automata also right alongside that Blue Alliance. It looks like Gearbox trying to get some fuel over to the blue zone just with a little bit of time left in the active shift, but time runs out and it is Red's turn once again, their last opportunity until the end game. Steampunk, they have some fuel coming on out of their robot, but it looks like a little bit of jamming on that throughput. They're renegotiating, still able to score despite all of that fuel in their hopper. Team Tobor looking to unleash the fuel they've collected into their high-capacity hopper as well as we enter the end game for match number 44. Blue Alliance leads. They've scored 168 fuel, Red Alliance with 116. No one walks away empty-handed in match 44. Both teams able to earn the Energized ranking point. Mukwonago makes it happen now, a stream of fuel from that robot on the Blue Alliance with 10 seconds left. Gearbox, their partner, also goes up right alongside them in front of the Blue Alliance tower. And the last fuel stream on in.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 47. 930 gathering some fuel in the middle, and now they get stuck on that bump there on the Red Alliance. The human players throwing in fuel. Same for the Blue Alliance. Lobbing that fuel into the hub. Coming out of Autonomous, it looks like Blue is ahead. That means that Red is going to get the active hub first. 930 firing fuel into that active hub. Same for 5586 Bomb Brigade. In the middle of the field, 2826 Wave Robotics got beached on some fuel there for a little bit, but 87,000 Wired helped them get off of it. 930 throwing more fuel into that active hub. Same for the human player, lobbing that in. 930 trying to squeeze every second out of this active hub. Now it is Blue's turn. Wave Robotics 2826 firing fuel into that active hub that they have going on. But they have some hard defense on their side by Droid Rage 3381 in the middle of the field. 930, the Mukwonago Bears shuttling fuel there for a little bit onto that Red Alliance side. Red Alliance is ahead by a decent lead right now. The Mukwonago Bears firing away at that active hub. 5586 Bomb Brigade also joining in on the fun, firing at that hub. Continuing to fire, and Intake Balls is on that Red Alliance side, 930. They are trying to squeeze every second out of this period. And now it is Blue Alliance's turn. A flurry of balls go up in a second. All three Blue Alliance robots shooting there. RoboCats trying to fire some fuel here, and they are firing fuel into that hub. Same for Wired. 2826 Wave Robotics over there, intaking some fuel. Now 30 seconds left. Both sides hubs are active here in qualification match 47. On that Red Alliance side, 930, raining that fuel down into that hub. Very good by them. On the Blue Alliance side, you have some human players throwing some fuel in. Looks like Red Alliance surpassed that energized RP successfully. Coming up on 4, 3, 2, 1.
Robot fans, we are ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Mukwonago Bears 930, the first to gently cross over their bump. Tall robots, they've got to take the bump the way back as well, lining up to launch, and a flurry of fuel unleashed from that robot from Mukwonago. Their alliance partner, the Aeronauts, also lined up on the Blue Alliance tower. Their hooks make contact, but it looks like they stay grounded for the end of Autonomous in match 54. Blue Alliance advantage, so Red Alliance gets the first active shift. Launch is still coming in from the human players on the red side. Ignition comes out to clean up, fuel rolling underneath their front bumper, but they get back on their feet, and now they do have the exclusive active hub for the first Alliance shift. 4021 returns home, lines up. First launch is a little bit soft, but the next ones meet their mark. They're going to put up another 10 or so points with the the Red Alliance active hub. Trying to stretch back up to that Blue Alliance lead. They surpass it. It's going to be about 42-40 in favor of Red, but Blue is back on it, and Mukwonago is lined up. Player one, their alliance partner, right next to them. They've got a hopper full as well. Not a lot of fuel on their side of the house, but they're going to venture out over that Blue Alliance bump. Mukwonago keeps the pressure on. Player one tries to fill up their hopper. They've got 5 seconds left in their active shift, but they see that the Aeronauts have found themselves beached. They're going to make sure they help out their alliance partners, so they'll be at full strength in about 30 seconds when we see them score next. Mukwonago vacuums up so much fuel that came out of the Red Alliance hub, sends it home to prepare for their next time with the hub. Meanwhile, back on the red side of things, 2 red robots right in front of the active Red Alliance hub, but no launches from them at the moment as their shift concludes. Mukwonago and Player One, both alliances launching. They've got some turrets out front on their robots seeking the goal of that Blue Alliance hub. Their partner, the Aeronauts, right behind them. They have a fixed angle launcher, but that launcher also primed and ready for some fuel to be unleashed. More fuel goes up with 30 seconds remaining in the match. Blue Alliance has broken the energized rank point threshold, and now both hubs active. Red tries to get as many points as they can. We do have successful launches once again from Ignition. Partners Rockin' Robotics still alongside them with a hopper ready to roll. It looks like not quite able to get that last fuel scored. Ignition doing what they can. Final 10 seconds of the match coming up soon, while we see Robo Raiders continuing to play defense over on the blue side of house. 4054 showing off once again that they can climb that tower as time runs out in match number 54.
First behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
Robots race out to the neutral zone. We're going 2 and 2, red and blue. Lots of fuel getting picked up regardless. It looks like the winner, though, is the Blue Alliance in terms of the fuel that got intaked by those 2 robots. That's looking at Mukwonago and their alliance partner, Paradigm Shift. Tons of fuel go up for blue. Red brought plenty home as well. We see Steampunk getting some launches out right as time expires in auto. And we transition to the 10-second transition shift. Blue Alliance leads, so their hub's turning off real soon. Mukwonago and Paradigm, though, doing the best they can to maximize those 10 seconds. Excellent timing by the Blue Alliance, and now they've got a break here. Time to intake, time to shuttle on home. We see Mukwonago do just that. Red Alliance, they are on shift. 45-31, launches go up right alongside Redbird Robotics, representing De Pere High School. Redbird intakes right off the ground, so does Steampunk. Looks like we got about 15 fuel ready to roll. Redbird launches, a little bit of wiggle to agitate that fuel up into the hopper. Hub turns off though, and now it is Blue's time to shine. All 3 Blue Alliance robots staying home, putting fuel up into that active hub. Steampunk, they see a defensive opportunity. They give a little bit of a push right up against Paradigm Shift, but now Paradigm completely on their own next to their partners. All 3 Blue robots unimpeded, already breaking 100 fuel here in match number 63. Hub active once again for the Red Alliance. Only robot home is Steampunk, but their alliance partner, Redbird Robotics, joins them. Robo Raiders in red, they are nudging against Mukwonago, and now Paradigm, both of those offensive leaders for the Blue Alliance, they are trying to starve the Red Alliance of some fuel, picking up everything they can and sending it on over to the Blue Alliance. They've got the last active shift coming up now before the end game, and an absolute barrage of fuel comes up from all 3 of those robots. Mukwonago and Paradigm, they unload as soon as that hub goes active. Wave now takes the corner. They've got the long shot right in front of the Mukwonago drive team, and the 3 Blue robots know exactly their lanes and zones, getting these massive hoppers of fuel on the Blue Alliance unloaded and into that active Blue Alliance hub. 1 minute of match play remaining. Red Alliance now is guaranteeing a ranking point of their own. So much fuel center field though, and we've got 67-32 doing the best they can to plow it back to the Red Alliance. Robo Raiders underneath the trench, while Steampunk ferries under the opposite one. Human players get a last shipment from their alliance partner robots. We're down to the final 5 seconds of the match. Blue Alliance doing their best to break 300 points here in match number 63.
Match 6-7. In 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 6-7. On the Red Alliance, we have 2 teams ranked 6th and 7th. On that Red Alliance, pelting fuel at that hub. On the Blue Alliance, Bondi Fire letting it fly here in qualification match 6-7. Coming out of Autonomous, Blue is ahead by a pretty sizable lead. Bondi Fire surfing across some fuel there in the midfield. And same for 706 on that Red Alliance side. They're going to get that active hub first. 930 was firing some shots there. Same for Rockin' Robotics. Here comes some defense, though, for that Red Alliance. That is 80-24, your 2025 Seven Rivers regional winners. Playing some very tough defense against 930. But they have a turret on their robot, letting it fly into that hub. Now over to the Blue Alliance. Bondi Fire firing fuel into that hub. Leviathan's trying to get some fuel going to that shooter of theirs. Leviathans with a full load over there, 87-44. Now moving out to the midfield. We have a stationary robot. That is Rockin' Robotics in the midfield. Now on the Red Alliance, 930 letting it fly there for a little bit. 2 Blue robots on that Red Alliance side. Bondi Fire stealing some fuel and going back to their Blue Alliance side. 930 still letting it fly here in qualification match 6-7. On that Blue Alliance, Bondi Fire quickly firing into that active hub of theirs. It is a pretty tight match here. They have a bunch of fuel against that Alliance wall. A great amount of fuel. Bondi Fire still letting it fly here. 87-44, the Leviathans come back with a full load on that Red Alliance. 930 letting it fly as always. It is a close match here. Red Alliance is trying to get that energized RP. Blue Alliance has already achieved it. Bondi Fire firing more fuel into that hub. 930, casting some fuel into that hub. Also on that red Alliance side, we have 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Very tight match here in qualification.